welcome to another video. In this video, we'll be talking about cube roots. And a cube root of a number, let's say x, is a value y. That is, when multiplied by itself 3 times, you'll get the number x. So the symbol of cube root is represented by that. So cube root of, let's say, a number x is equal to y. In this lesson, we'll be looking at how can we get a cube root of a number using the prime factorization method, or using the factor method. So the factor method, we just expressed a number as a product of its prime factors. Let's say a number c can be written as a times a times a times b times b times b. So in this case, c has been expressed as a product of its prime factors, which is a and b. So in this case, we group the numbers into 3 groups, and then we choose 1 into 3, and we choose 1. So c is a times b. So we find that the cube root of c is ab. Now let us look at some practical example. Let's say you find the cube root of 125. So 125, we express 125 as a product of its prime factors. So let's say we'll do something that looks like this. 125, you divide by 5, you'll get 25. 25 divided by 5, you'll get 5. And then 5 divided by 5, you'll get 1. So the prime factors of 125 is 5 times 5 times 5. So here you group the numbers into 3 and you choose 1, which is 5. So the square root of 125 is 5. And you can always prove this one using your calculator. Let us look at another example. Let's say we have find the cube root of 64. So you draw a table that looks like this, and then the smallest prime number that can divide 64 is 2. So we start with that one. So 2, here will be 32. Divide 64 divided by 2 is 32. 32 divided by 2 will be 16. 16 divided by 2 will be 8. 8 divided by 2 will be 4. And then 4 divided by 2 will be 2. And then 2 divided by 2 is 1. So you divide until you reach a value 1. So it will be, the prime factors will be, so you multiply the prime factor. You express it as a product. So you multiply. Product just means multiplication. So 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. And then you group the numbers into groups of 3, and you choose 1, 2 times 2. So our answer, the cube root of 64 is 4. Let us look at another example. Let's say we have a number like 216. Find the cube root of 216. So let's do it here. Smallest prime factor that can divide 216 is 2. So we start with that one. So 2 will be 1. 8 divided by 2 will be 54. So divided by 2 will be 27. And then now here, 27 will divide by 3, because 27 divided by 2 will get a remainder. We don't want that. So 9, 3 will be 3, and then the 3 divided by 3 is 1. So you find that the prime factors are 2 times 2 times 2 times 3 times 3 times 3. So you put them in groups of 3, and you choose 1. You take 1. So 2 times 3, 6. So the cube root of 216 is 6. But you can confirm that using your calculator. Let us look at another example where we have 727. Find the cube root of 729, 729. So you just go somewhere. So the smallest prime number that can divide this one is 3. So you get 729 divided by 3 will be 243. And then begin divide by 3, you get 81. Divide by 3, you get 27. Divide by 3, you get 9. 9 divided by 3, you get 3. And then 3 by 3, you get 1. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That is 3 times 3 times 3 times 3 times 3. And then you put them in a group of 3 and you take 1. So our answer is 9. So the square root of 2 of 729 will be 9. So let us look at the last example. You can always pause the video and you try. Let's say you have 9. Find the cube root of 9,260. So this one is very light now, but it can still be done. So the smallest prime factor that can divide this one is 3. So 3 divided by that one will be 3,087. Divided by 3, 1,029. Divided by 3 will be 3,463. Divided by 3. Now this one cannot be divided by 3. This one cannot be divided by 3 anymore. So you divide by 7. This one cannot be divided by 3. You will get a remainder. So you divide by 7. So divide by 7 will be 119. Divide by 7 will be 70. So this one is a large number, but it can still be done. So you'll write 9,261 divided by 3. You'll get 3,087. Divide by 3 again, you'll get 1,027. Divide by 3, you will get 343. And then now here you divide by 7. It cannot be divided by 3 anymore. You will get a remainder. You get 49. 7 again, you get 7, and then 7 divided by 7, you get 1. So you multiply 7, 3 times 3 times 3 times 7 times 7 times 7. So you group them into 3 and you take 1 now. So 3 times 7 is 21. So the square root of 9,261 is 21. So that one is our lesson on finding the cube roots of numbers using the factor method.